Hey guys, so I'm gonna do this video like I promised you guys about talking about your suit, and I'm gonna elaborate more on what do I mean exactly on this. I just did a video on it on TikTok because I think on TikTok most of it is everything's like very short form from my understanding, and I personally do not go on TikTok to go and get entertainment from it. I'm more on the type to go on YouTube to get my entertainment, I suppose. TikTok's really not my thing. When it comes to like a platform to go and get my ideas out, or just use it as a platform to make dreams happen and share my passions, or get whatever I want out there, then I use TikTok, and I actually prefer it as that way. It's just, I guess, a little easier, I think, the platform. But on YouTube, I get my entertainment, so I do a lot. I like to look up self-improvement videos. Like I discussed, I went and did that since 5th grade. And then or I would get like entertainment in general, whatever it is, like watch a movie or show, or something of my interest, and all that. Then I'll look it up on YouTube. I'm not a huge fan of like Instagram and all that. That's very more someone that's very like visual, aesthetically. I'm more into like stories or vlogs, stuff like in that realm, I suppose. But anyway, I wanted to get this out there because I think that we humans forget what social media is meant for. Social media is meant for to make your dreams happen and to get the word out of whatever it is. And it's meant to go and share passions, or meant to go and make a difference in the world. I think personally that's my view towards social media and all that. And a lot of people seem to forget what that is meant for. Like, they view it as like a comparison game, or they'll go and strive for this or that based on what they see, or heavily influenced. I am a culprit of that I have been heavily influenced in certain ways, like such as lifestyle, mainly on that terms. But other people do get influenced by such as like body goals, or goals in life of certain events, or certain kind of tangible items. It just is a lot of factors, or just the way you think too. And yeah, especially for like a young mind, yeah, it can really, like, change it permanently and all that. And since I was in 5th grade, yeah, I get like I've had YouTube and all that. And but I guess I've always been, I don't know, like I just been born into being very interested in self-improvement. That's just the way I am. So I'm very fortunate that I focus on that than the other things. But I realized, so when I was about to post on TikTok a while back, I accidentally like pressed a different button, and I was like seeing other things. And I don't know, I didn't really go on it. It's just really not my thing. And I was seeing a lot of people use it as a form of showing off, like such as body goals, tangible items, certain events, kind of in that way. And also, like, people also I did see an account where they have used it as spreading their word, which I like and all that. But others seem to forget what it's meant for. And I just want to go and discuss. So a lot of what I saw is a lot of people being unhappy with well, who they are, obviously, but also like just their like outer appearance. And I'm just gonna go and say my opinion about this, and you can agree or disagree, but I think that this is something that we humans should be reminded of and all that, and that sometimes we just need to hear it. So when it comes to like being behind or forward in life, because that's kind of the things that I've thought a lot in life, like, oh, I'm behind, blah blah blah. And honestly, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we're all going to be dead, like no matter what, unless there is some way where there's a chip that's formed and we can download everything that's here onto a chip and then transfer it into a different body or robot, whatever it is, or some other way that your consciousness is somewhere else in some kind of form, I suppose. And we are not there yet. So in reality, that I think that it really doesn't matter like how far you are in life and all that, and if you feel you're behind or for whatever, like at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, because we're all going to be dead. So I think a lot of people go and really seem to forget that, and some people have this obsession over their body, I guess, and they go and want to alter it, or they have this obsession over it. And I think that the way I kind of view a body, like just in general, a body is like the reason why we have a form, like, a human form, is to go and experience life through our five senses. Pretty much is how I view it. And like I discussed, I went and mentioned this in this article. I had this interview with someone, and I use the five senses in my organizing style. I use psychology, and I really firmly believe that that's why we are on this earth, to go and experience life through our five senses. And so in order to, you need a body, like some kind of human form or whatever, some kind of form that is, and whatever body it is. And so if that is the entire point, to have a body is to experience the five senses, and it's just a suit for that, then they're really, like, you don't really need to alter it, because like right when you're born, you literally could go and experience things through your five senses, right? And so there's just no point in changing it. And kind of how I view it as like our DNA structure is just like, that is it. And like, you can try your best to change this DNA, like all the stuff, like through chemicals, through cutting, through go and removing this or that, and then putting some parts here, different parts on your butt, kind of like that. And so you can do that, but at the end of the day, it's like it's still there. It's like that is the molecule structure, And so I think that how I view it as like a body is a suit. So like let's say like a swimsuit, figuratively, let's just say it in that way. A swimsuit is, it's made out of certain molecules or whatever, certain fabric, and you can go and keep changing it over and over and over again, cutting it up, go and switch, the top part to the bottom, or the bottom part to the top. I guess you could do that if you wanted. You could go and, cut it up to the point it looks completely different, make it less, whatever. And you can do that all you want and all day long, but it's still there, And then let's say you like put it through chemicals or whatever, and now it's been changed, like the molecules in there, but it's still there, I guess you would say. And but once it's through chemicals, it's more permanent, but it's still there. And then let's say you put it through like some kind of chemical where it like disintegrates it, I suppose. And so now you're just like nothing, I suppose. And then let's say you like look at yourself in the mirror, you're not gonna go and recognize it because there's literally no suit, right? And you completely changed it at this point. And once it's through chemicals, it cannot be changed and all that. But it's still there in some kind of form and all that, but it's just you're not seeing it. And the molecules have been changed, but it's still there somehow. Because when it comes to anything, I personally think in life, like there's some form of energy and all that, so it's still there in a way, but you're not seeing it. And you put it through chemicals, so it's just like it's been altered and all that, but the molecules are still there. And so I think that when you do that, you go and not recognize yourself, and then you freak out and you go haywire, and then you just get dissatisfied, I think. And personally, that if you go and think there's a suit, right, and there's something inside, right? So when you're wearing a swimsuit, there's a body in there, and you have to think of what's like inside, right? So let's say inside is your mind, so that'd be like personality, your skill sets, your likes, dislikes, whatever, who you are as a person, your consciousness, whatever. And if you go focus on that instead of the outer, then you'll find a lot more fulfillment, I think, in life. And recognize that your suit is not your greatest asset, because honestly, it's just there for your five senses to go and learn or whatever. And when you go and like realize that your mind is your greatest asset and what you have to share, or making your dreams happen, your passions, whatever that is, then you'll find a lot more fulfillment in it. And recognize that your mind is something more greater than anything else in the world to go and experience and all that. Like, it's to go and go through life and all that. But in order to go and like have the human experience is to have a suit and all that. But as long as you can go and experience the five senses, then there's no point in changing that suit, right? And your mind is just so amazing and more powerful than anything in the world, honestly. And you just have to view social media instead of like there are certain uses where thinking about your body, or what this or that person has, or certain events, whatever. It honestly, it's just like it's just they're focusing on the wrong things and on all that, unless they're like trying to like maybe promote health or whatever, and they're showing their body, that's fine. But if you just keep on focusing on that, and you're just, that is the only thing, you just keep changing it and changing it and getting unhappier and unhappier and unhappier, it isn't really that fulfilling. And you're just gonna forget the entire point of your existence is to just experience life through your five senses in a human form. And then go and focus on what's inside the suit. So what's your mind, your personality, your skill sets, your ambitions, what you like, dislike, just going through life in general and all that. I think that more and more people would be happier and all that. And, you know, when I went and looked, I guess on TikTok by accident, then I was feeling bad and all that, but then I had to remind myself, like, no, like, yeah, they have more subscribers, like, way more, totally get it. And we humans seem to go and forget what is the whole point of social media, and we feel bad for ourselves. In reality, like, you should not. And things will come your way, and it just, we don't need to focus on the suit. Like, we really don't. Like, when you were born, you could experience all of the five senses just fine. Didn't need it. It's just that our influencing of whatever has been altered and all that. And you just have to remind yourself what you're really wanting out of life, and just know that your suit is not your greatest asset. And it may help in some ways, I guess, in some certain situations, but honestly, your mind is the greatest thing. And sharing your passions and focusing on what's inside, whatever your personality, go and have more experiences and all that. And it's okay to want to go and work out and all that, like, because I work out, but I'm working out so that way I have a greater time on experiencing the five senses. So that way, let's say, like, I since I work out, I could, if I wanted, I can go rock climb. Now, I don't want to rock climb because I don't really want to. That's just not my thing, rock climbing. But that's just like an example, or to have like just like be able to do the things I want to do, to have a greater experience with my five senses. It's just my view. And I just wanted to remind people of that, because I think we just get so caught up in, in the lack of, I guess, or, just forgetting that why we are here. And, just at a young age, we are taught, like, to focus on our suit. And just know that this suit is it's just the outer, guys. Like, it's just, it should not be everything. Like, feel like it's everything. Like, your mind is so much more, and like, amazing that you can do with it. And I just want people to realize that, because I've seen like a lot of people on social media, and they say they're happy, but they're just focusing on their suit or the lack of and all that. And people believe it and all that, of they're happy but really not. And it's I just wanted to remind you to just focus what's in the suit, not the out suit. And just know that the outer suit is just to go and help you experience what life has to offer.